Both Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton had a good night on Super Tuesday. They won 7 states each last night, widening their lead in the delegate race. On the Republican side, Trump is ahead with 325 delegates. Ted Cruz is in second with 227, and Marco Rubio with 107. Republicans need 1,237 delegates to wrap up the nomination. For Democrats, Clinton holds a large lead over Bernie Sanders, 1,033 to 387. Democrats need 2,383 for their nomination. And it looks like Ben Carson is out. The Republican candidate released a statement this afternoon saying he sees no path forward to the nomination and will be skipping Thursday's GOP debate in Michigan. A political expert predicts that Donald Trump will be the nation's next president.
And people in Fort Wayne are reacting. News Channel 15's Gina Glaros continues our primary 2016 coverage.
I spoke to Mike Wolf, a political science professor at IPFW. He says Trump will most likely be our next president, like it or not.
Oh, that scares me. He's not political enough, and I think the country will realize that.
When you're on a diet, he's that cookie, that muffin that you really want. It looks really appetizing. When you eat it, you find out that the ingredients you used are expired, and it's disgusting.
Give him a shot. Why not? He can't do no worse than anybody else.
He may be a decent businessman, but leading a country is a whole nother matter, so I'm not voting for him.
I think he's a buffoon.
Why'd you say that?
Because he just is. I don't think you can believe anything he says.
Most we talk to don't plan on voting for Donald Trump, but there's no question
they've written him off 14 times, and he continues to go.
He has support somewhere, including 30 to 40% of the Republican Party.
It's not something that we should be necessarily surprised by, nor is it something that he's some kind of, a Pied Piper leading people. That there's a real set of political attitudes behind this. So it's, it's predictable in some way.
It wasn't Mike Wolf's prediction in the beginning. He says the momentum behind the outsider has been most beneficial.
There will be Republicans that come back in the fold if he ends up being the nominee. What's surprising to me is how well, I guess, or seemingly well, some of the other candidates are doing, that they're staying in the race.
Wolf says everyone else still has an incentive to stay, which also works in Trump's favor.
He's ending up having the rest of it washed out with these other candidates in, so he can continue for the next few weeks really having the other sides dice themselves up.
Wolf says this unlikely contest is far from over, noting that it might even push to Indiana. Gina Glaros, News Channel 15.